Busan, South Korea's cruise port faces a, frankly, intimidating landscape. For a protocol, one could just give up and hit the tour bus. You could go DIY, like we prefer, but is this the best choice here? We spent a few days here over 2 cruises, and we'll give you our honest appraisal for a single day DIY, and share some cool experiences we did to show you what's possible. But first, port basics. Busan is on the southeast tip of South Korea, about 247 miles from Seoul. Thought it was closer, didn't you? The very fastest way to Seoul is the KTX high-speed train, which takes about 2.5 to 3 hours. So a protocol stop is really about staying here, but there's plenty to do. This is a major harbor city with massive chunks of skyline broken up into segments connected by bridges. Kind of hard to grasp the whole skyline. And attractions are scattered about too, which means doing some research about what strikes your fancy. Using the ship docking area as a center, you could explore the hillside Gamcheong Cultural Village to the west, the Jagalchi Fish Market at the center, along with some great shopping, or reach to the east end of town to the Haeundae Beach and the Haetongyong Gonsha Temple. Some of these we did on a private local tour, but that's for another video. Let's clarify about the ports, which also traffic a lot of ferries. There are 2. First, there's the Busan International Cruise Terminal on Yeongdo Island. This was the original cruise terminal and is still very much in use, often handling ships where the main port is full. Then there's Busan Port International Cruise Terminal, about an hour north of the original, in Donggu, right next to the Busan Station and the Bukhang Waterfront Park. We sailed here twice and always docked at the new terminal, but not at the fancy building. That building is essentially Terminal 1. We docked at Terminal 2, which is technically part of the same facility at the west end of the harbor next to the park. Most likely, you'll dock right here, or at the big fancy building. What, no pictures with the bear? And bathrooms directly face the ship at the dock. Clean, simple. After going through customs and security, you exit to this small lobby. Some standard seating, AC, and chargers, which is pretty nice. Tourist info, tax refund desk. Some private tour guides were allowed to wait here, which is cool since you're facing them directly as you come out, just like an airport. And money exchanged to Korean won. These machines were also representing WOWPASS, which functions like a local debit card. You can use it to pay for shops, restaurants, even taxis. The card also has the T-Money, Korea's standard transit card, chip built in, which is what you use to tap and go on all the subways, public buses, and even some taxis. You will need to load the card with an initial cash payment to use for transit, as this is a separate charge on the chip. I'll leave links in our description for helpful articles and sites. Stepping out, you'll face this huge parking lot with a taxi stand directly right. Hailing a taxi is easy with the Uber app, which calls licensed taxis. And it's cheap. For example, we did a 9-mile trip to the beach with Uber Taxi for a group of 3 and it cost 17,200 Korean won, or almost $12 US. More expensive than the metro, of course, but very reasonable for a big city. For speed, without a tour, this is probably the best option. And vending machines and small souvenir tents to the left. Tour buses meet straight ahead. And some interesting additions like this ATM.
Okay, this is not an ATM. What this is 2 guys on a counter. It's kind of like a mini bank on wheels, and you trade money here.
While inside the terminal building there's no bathrooms, there is one here. Some websites have suggested a free shuttle was available, but maybe it just wasn't our day. Crew only to the train station. For passengers, there's this.
There's a shuttle bus?
Yes.
Is it free or how much?
No, the $20.
Oh, okay.
$20 per person.
I see.
Yes, and if you write down your information, it's charged to the room later.
Oh, I see. Okay,
Yeah,
great. Thank
yeah.
you.
That shuttle bus stops at the Stanford Inn, Busan, about a 20-minute ride away. Going on foot, we recommend using the Busan station as a base of operations. It's about a 15-minute walk. I followed this route, walking along the left sidewalk next to the park. If you want to explore the park, there are paths jutting out to enter, and more bathrooms too. I reached this curve at the end of the parking lot and turned left onto this dirt path section to cut across. Or you can take the long way around to reach the sidewalk facing the street. When I got to the sidewalk from the shortcut, I turned right and around, up these stairs to reach the sky bridge. Or if you need the elevator, turn left and go for about 5 minutes to this complex facing Waterfront Park. take the elevator, or take the escalators. At any rate, you'll need to walk the second-story sky bridge about 10 minutes to reach the Busan Station entrance. Once at the station, you'll need to cut across and out to the other side to reach the subway entrance. All total, you're looking at about 20 minutes or so to get from the ship to here. So if you got this far, what's next? Paying for the subway, since you'll need to ride 2 stops south to Nampo to start exploring the touristed part of the city. While the fares are inexpensive, the machines are cash only or local credit card. It's kinda iffy with foreign cards. Here's what it's like to actually use cash for a ticket.
Then we are going to... There you go.
Insert cash.
4,500. This one can give change.
So you'll need Korean won beforehand, acquired at the cruise port exchanges or at the Busan station. Note that not all Korean ATMs take foreign cards. You'll need to look for those marked Global ATM or Global Services, and shows the logos of international networks like Plus, Cirrus, Visa, and MasterCard. The subways don't use credit card swipers at the gates yet, so your other alternative is travel cards or tourist passes. In addition to the mentioned WOWPASS, there's also a mobile option you can download from home, the Busan Pay by Busan Bank. It's a mobile app designed specifically for foreign tourists in Busan. Inside the app, you can buy a Busan Metro mobile QR pass, which you use to scan at the gate. I'll leave links for all these options so you can dig deeper. For regular purchases, like stores and food, we did okay with credit card, but cash will always be welcome and give you the greatest flexibility. Outside of major malls, it's always prudent to check if credit cards are welcome. The subways here are interesting, with enclosed sections for entry. Remember Squid Game? Totally like that. And in the summer, surprisingly humid and with unwanted friends.
That is very strange to have mosquitoes.
Underground?
Yeah. Ooh, right behind you too. Ooh. Ah.
But the cars are clean and dependable. Now I picked Nampo as a starting point since it provides a good introduction to the city in a compact area. We're talking the shopping complex of Lotte Department Store Mall and the famous dancing fountain, BIFF Square, and the entrance to Yongdusan Park, or Busan Tower. Nampo, by the way, is also near the hotel the ship shuttle drops you at, so it's a pretty central spot. Walking around with Google Map, by the way, isn't advisable here since the government limits Google with providing full map services. For that, get the Naver app, which is the fallback tool for independent navigation in Korea. Easy to use and pretty accurate walking directions. From the Nampo stop, you can walk underground to the next stop, Jigalchi, and its famous fish market, through the Gwangbok Underground Shopping Center. Let's face it, Busan isn't the most walkable city above ground. Hectic, a bit gritty, and in the summer like we did, almost unbearable in the intense heat and humidity. So this underground option is a welcome and culturally immersive must-do. It's old school, and in summer, a bit humid. Still, it beats the hell out of the above-ground heat, and according to ship crew recommendations, the go-to spot for cell phone accessories and used phones. You do need to understand cell phone lingo and procedures, like unlocking, but for those in the know, it was enough of a bargain to come back several times to secure a new phone for my father-in-law. Some food here too, but mainly shopping. And for a real adventure, try the bathrooms. Not dirty really, but let's just say it's a blast from the past. This may be enough for a short day, since you get a taste of the city fairly close to the ship in a way that gets you right into the local action. But for greater reach, we'd recommend good old-fashioned Uber. Yes, if you have the subway pass, you could reach, say, Haeundae Beach from Nampo with one transfer in about 50 minutes. And with Uber, you must account for traffic, which can be unpredictable. Whew. If you want to go far, make sure that's the first thing you do during the day to account for it. But you can go door to door to specific locations more efficiently. Important if you want to go back directly to the port and avoid the walk from the train station. Our approach was a combination of subway and Uber, usually using the subway for further points and Uber for short hops. And we did some standout cool stuff. Of course, we had to run around a bunch to do this, which, to be honest, can get kind of confusing on the ground. So we created a tool to ease the pain. Our Essential Port Guide PDF, a cheat sheet, if you will, with essential information designed around a specially designed color-coded map. And we include a link to our curated Google Map doc, which is a quick list to use for fast directions. If you want to check out our growing collection of guides, see the link in our description or check out our store at portlowdown.com. So what cool stuff, Troy? Well, a few things stand out as special. First, naturally, food. Korea is a famous foodie destination, and with our Asia-savvy nephew around, he steered us toward the local hotspot, Choryang Milmyeon, a cold noodle house a few blocks away from Busan Station, which makes this perfect for authentic and recommended noodles. Milmyeon is a classic noodle dish, and this place is considered one of the big 3 Milmyeon restaurants in all of Busan.
You know this is a great place when you see all the luggages out there. That means, you know, the locals stop by here before or I guess after they're going on a trip. First thing first, menu, only 4 items. You can see it there. Cold noodle, spicy cold noodle, the dumpling, or extra cold noodle, and that's it. You also self-serve your own drink. You go to the drink station and just grab it. You also got some kimchi serving, and because the noodle could be pretty chewy, so they prepare the scissors for you to cut it if you want. I want to try it without having to cut it. So this is a spicy one. It comes with 1 piece of usually pork. So as you could see here, the noodle could be pretty heavy because it is a lot. Chewy, but not so much. Actually very easy to cut with your teeth. The pork is pretty bland, which is nice, and the seasoning is actually not very strong either. So you could do it this way. So it's very helpful when you have kids, obviously, because the noodle get pretty complicated. And this is mandu, which is Korean style dumpling. Have to do it gently. See that? And this is the sauce. It's pretty hot, and it's huge. Oh my goodness. I did not expect that explosion of taste. It's actually slightly sour and sweet and savory at the same time. Oh my goodness. If you don't like the noodle, order this twice. So this is huge, so I think you should be full.
And we want to share one far-flung activity we had to try. An English-speaking, highly recommended hair salon, Two Two Hair Salon. Here was an opportunity to get the K-Salon experience in a neighborhood clustered with stylists.
We're gonna make some layer so it creates more volume at the back and then more slim look like on the side. Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. Used to wear it from this direction, but we suggest to change your part.
Okay.
Because if you wear the same part for a long time,
Okay.
it gets flatter.
Oh wow.
We're not even done yet. Okay, I was like, okay.
Oh my God, look at this. He hasn't even touched a comb.
Plus, we got gracious hospitality, tea and cookies. And this made me wonder, have they seen our type before? My wife joined the ranks of other satisfied customers. This cut lasted a while on Angelia. That's how good it was. For a single port day in Busan, is DIY worth the effort? Well, of course it depends on your intentions. DIY style like this will require some cash, some planning, and a bunch of walking. And your reach will be limited, as you simply won't have time to sample the broad array of things to do in such a big city. And if you have limited mobility, we definitely do not recommend Busan for DIY. Too many complications, transfers, and waiting. DIY here has to be taken as a whole immersion experience. The walking, the subway, the underground mall, the cab ride. Plan ahead and be fairly mobile, and it's a go. With a limited scope. For greater and faster access to more Busan sites, and with our mixed generation group, we did a private local tour on our second cruise here. In our next video, we'll dig into that experience and find out if that option is a good alternative to a possible ship tour. Now, if you got good value from this video, hit us up with a like and share with your shipmates. And keep those comments and questions coming. Happy travels and see you on the next Tour of Busan.